If you've ever been rejected or are frequently and constantly rejected, then this video is for you because I really want to talk about this and I've been wanting to make this video for a while now because I'm somebody that, for better or for worse, every single time I've approached somebody in this life, whether to be friends or more than that, I've been rejected. And the only people that I've been able to be friends with or, you know, be in a relationship with is usually due to them pursuing me or them approaching me. But that's besides the point, and that's not what this video is about. This video is about how to manage, how to cope, and how to even thrive with being rejected constantly. Now, when I was younger, this got to me a lot more than it does today, obviously, because when you're younger, you want to fit in. But now that I'm 29, I kind of see that people really aren't worth anymore, and that a lot of people tend to be very fake and disloyal and so forth. And I know that sounds kind of negative, but it's honestly how a lot of relationships are. And if this weren't the case, then so many people wouldn't be complaining about how lonely they are or how they got cheated on or how their partner is unfaithful, yada, yada, yada. We get it, right? But so then, how do you deal with that desire to be with somebody, yet also be okay with nobody wanting to be with you, with nobody wanting to mess with you, with nobody wanting to be your friend even, right? How do you deal with that? And it's even harder in places like New York City where, everyone's very picky and selective and the standards are so high about what you look like and, the money you make and the connections that you have. And so I'm just going to talk about this in this video, and hopefully you can relate and find some solace in these tips or these advices that I'm about to give, because they've honestly helped me be able to thrive in rejection. Okay, so number one is basically to be your own friend, to be your own best friend. A lot of people have told me that, oh, John, like if my friends don't go to this, then I'm not going to this event if I really want to. And I'm like, that's crazy. If you really want to go to that event and none of your friends want to go, then just go by yourself anyway. I'm not going to miss out on the things that I want to do in life just because people don't want to do it with me. Like, I've personally gone to concerts alone. I've gone to many events by myself, and I've had the time of my life. And it's like, a lot of people think you need somebody at your hip at all times to be able to have fun. And maybe you're that kind of person, but I definitely am not. I'm very independent, maybe because I'm an only child and I grew up alone, I don't know. But if I really want to do something, no matter how badly I do, I'm gonna do it. And if none of my friends want to join me, I'm still gonna do it, right? I'm not going to deprive myself of experiences and events that I want to do because they don't. Because I know that when they want to do something, they're gonna want me to tag along. And then if I don't, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm not playing that game. If you're not going to do it with me, I'm going to do it by myself. And so that's what I mean. Make your own fun. Make your own entertainment. Have a good time on your own. Try learning that. That's a great skill to be able to do, to just go to a bar or a club and dance and drink the night away on your own and just have a great time. It's not awkward. It's not cringe. I know people have conditioned you to believe that, but it's really not. And sometimes it's even better because you can do whenever you want, whenever you want. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, when you're by yourself. And that's actually great because it's like you're not babysitting anybody that gets too drunk, or you're not just like suppressing your emotions to make somebody else feel better. You're just there by yourself. And if you don't like the place anymore, or if you grew tired, you just take your ass back home, right? And that's what's so great about being able to go out by yourself. It's not sad. And it's definitely not something that is boring. You have to make it fun. If you can't have fun on your own, then it's like, why do you always expect other people to do that for you, right? Then how are you ever going to be satisfied with your very own self? That's how I view it. And I know not everyone does. But basically, one of my tips to handle rejection is basically to have your own fun, to be able to do what I want when I want. That's just the ultimate happiness to me. And so it's like, if nobody wants to do it with me anyway, if everyone rejects me and turns me down for even going out to a bar and having a little drink or a chat, of course it's annoying, it's frustrating, a little painful even, because it's like, damn, no one wants to chill with me. But at the end of the day, it's like, bigger picture, whatever, I'll just go on my own, and maybe I'll actually even find somebody there that actually does want to chill with me and, spend time together. But again, that's my first tip. My second tip is to avoid social media, especially if you're somebody that's like easily triggered by people having a good time on social media or seeing friends hang out together. I know that I'm definitely that type of person. When I'm on Instagram or even TikTok or something like that, I really get frustrated when I see other people have fun without me and it's like they're having a great time. And I know this is all just an image and a mirage, but it still gets to me because it's like, damn, all these people in their 20s, just like me, having fun, going out, interacting, and here I am rotting at home in bed all the time. Nobody texts me, nobody calls me, nobody gives a fuck. So it's like if they don't give a fuck about me and what I'm doing, why would I give a fuck about them and what they're doing? I know that sounds kind of arrogant, but it's true. It's like, why would I care about people that don't care about me? And so it's like, I'm not going to be liking their stories or posts on Instagram. I'm just not going to see them because what I don't know can't hurt me. Whereas if I'm on the app all day and I see all these attractive people, all these young people partying, hanging out with celebrities and stuff, I'm going to feel some type of way. I'm going to feel like excluded. It feels like a personal attack on me. And sure, maybe that's my insecurities, partially speaking, but it's also not something that I want to continue to expose myself to because it just makes me feel even more rejected than I already am. The next tip is to have a small circle of friends. And this can apply to anybody, whether it's a social circle of people that you just interact with or people that you're close to. Just keep a small circle because, again, like people say, it's better to have one real friend than 100 fakes or, fair weather friends, so to speak. I'm definitely not a fair weather friend type of person. So it's like, if we're just going to be that way, might as well not even be friends. Might as well stay as acquaintances or as hookups or whatever have you. But I've been lucky enough to have very deep friends throughout my life, and it's only been like 2 or 3 at a time. And now I can honestly tell you that I probably have like one deep, close, personal friend in my life at this moment, and I cherish him very much. And so it's like I'd much rather have him than 100 fakes, 100 people that are just there for a good time or because they want money or because they want something from me. I seek genuine connection. I seek genuine interactions and relationships. I don't seek this fake vanity stuff. So if you feel like you're rejected by so many people, just take a look at the people that you already have. If you're even lucky enough to have one real friend, because most people these days don't even have that. So yeah, just keep your social circle small so you don't feel like you have anything to miss or you don't have any FOMO, because true friends will not let others just be ignored all the time or left out of things. Another tip that helps me thrive in rejection is just focusing on my career ambitions and goals. Now, a lot of y'all know that I'm an aspiring singer-songwriter and I'm also a business owner and I own my online courses business. And focusing on these passions allows me to redirect my frustration and anger when I'm rejected into fueling me to work on my businesses more, work on my music more. It fuels my passion and desire for my career ambitions even more. For example, if let's say I want to hang out with somebody and I invite them for a drink, or I'm trying to invite them over for just a nice time to hang out for a little bit, and that's not happening, and I really like this person, before I used to just kind of melt down. I would just mope in bed all day. I would maybe even cry. I would get so angry. I would be like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't this person want to hang with me despite me showing so much interest and so forth? And I just want to explore who they are and get to know them. Now, instead of overthinking it and acting like I'm the one with the problem, I just focus on my career. I'm like, okay, you know what? How can I turn all these negative feelings and channel them into something positive? How can I redirect this into my career, into my music, into my business, into anything, even my YouTube channel? Just take everything negative and make a video out of it, right? Turn something really, really, really bad into a positive thing that can help other people. And so that's really my purpose and my mission, and I love that now I'm able to do that. And so it's like it doesn't get to me as much anymore because, a lot of times I approach people, whether it's through the apps or in person, and they just reject me like I'm a piece of garbage. They just look at me up and down and are like, no. And so it's just like, instead of dealing with that, I could just be focusing on my career. I could just be at home right now working on things related to making money moves instead of dealing with this crap with these people that are not even worth much anyway. and think that they're the shit. So it's just like, really try to find what passions and career you want, your dream career, your dream job. Find what you want to do. And instead of wasting all this time trying to make these connections and relationships with people that come and go, focus instead on your career. Focus instead on making money. Focus instead on something positive, even if it's like just a passion project or just a hobby. The last thing I want to say is don't change yourself for anyone. I know a lot of times us rejected people, when we get rejected, we ask ourselves, what's wrong with us? What can I change about myself to be more accepted? What can I change about myself to be more liked? But that's really negative, toxic speak, because essentially you're like, how can I reduce myself to be more palatable to people? How can I reduce myself to be more liked? How can I reduce myself and cut off my originality and my uniqueness and my quirkiness and my personality just to be more quote unquote normal for people so they can like me? Trust me, you don't have to do that. People that will like you in spite of who you are. You do not be needing to do all these things. People are not worth you losing yourself over, so to speak. And so it's like, if you find yourself constantly rejected, sure, we all have things we can improve upon, whether it's our communication skills and so forth, but don't think that there's something inherently wrong with you. Don't think that. A lot of people are feeling lonely, even if it's 10 out of 10 looks and, you know, people that have a lot of money, even they feel rejected sometimes. Everybody gets rejected. So what I'm trying to say is that just don't change your personality and who you are for anybody if you're feeling constantly or are constantly getting rejected. Be more stubborn. Be more yourself, okay? And whoever will accept it will be truly there for you. That's what I gotta say, because it's like, why would I reduce myself to people that don't like me in hopes that they do if I reduce myself? That wouldn't naturally be me anyway. That would be just a refined, curated version of myself that isn't even real. It's just to appease others. And I am definitely not that type of person. I'm very stubborn. I go my own way and I do what I want. I create my own party. I make my own fun. And if y'all don't like it, there's the door. You don't have to mess with me. You don't have to call me. You don't have to text me. Go be with somebody else. That's how I view it. And so it's like, detaching myself from the results after getting rejected really helps me manage and even thrive, because it's like, I don't need that person anyway. I don't need this anyway. Why am I breaking my brain over them when they're not doing the same for me? But anyways, guys, that's all I had to say for this video. Hopefully you got something useful out of it. And please let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I love to hear from you guys. Are you also somebody that's constantly rejected? Are you struggling to create friendships and relationships in your life? Let me know, because I am too. And we're in this together. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.